Did you learn from the bad things? I learn from everything. Absolutely. I do. I learn about myself. I learn about other people. I didn't know that I was capable of hurting anyone like the way that I did hurt Kate. I didn't think I was capable of that. And now I know that I am, which tells me, once an abuser, always an abuser. I have to stay on my toes with myself. I am most definitely capable of ending a life if it means saving my own. But my problem is I'm treating things that are not my human person as if they're my human person. That's delusion. So while Katie is off screen because she has trouble telling the truth, I have to stay on screen because realistically, I have to learn the fact that my career is not deciding whether or not I'm alive. I cannot let my career decide that I breathe. I'm breathing. And if I shut this thing off, I'm still alive and I'm okay. Which makes it extremely not okay to hurt someone else if my career is hurting. That's my responsibility to decide whether or not Kaitlyn should be on my platform right now. And we both agree that she shouldn't be. That's my responsibility. I've had the opportunity of so many responsibilities and I've neglected most of them because I wanted to hold on to the past. I wanted to run back to church, or I wanted to run back to school, or I wanted to run back to medication, or I wanted to run back to families that aren't even mine, or, including my biological family, because society, I mean, they're at a point where they're such scrambled eggs, there's nothing I could do about it. I tried to reach out to my own sister, and she's trying to use me for content the very next video. And she thought I was dumb enough to believe that. And so for me, I just got to move on because my biological mom is going to spend the rest of her life trying to find justice for her husband. And she will not admit the fact that I'm sitting here with half a rib cage on one side and a doctor didn't do that. And on the other hand, I was willing to negate the fact that there was a corrupt judge sitting in the seat, but I don't know. I don't know that half of it. But what I do know is that I'm missing a part of my body. And I refuse to believe anybody but myself. And here's my standpoint, that I can only think something because I don't know. I think that my father abused me and that I did have some sort of deficiency and then the doctors accidentally hurt me. And then they tried to cover it up. I think most parts of my mother's story are true. But the problem is, just like Kaitlyn, up until recently, when I put my foot down and I said, Kaitlyn, you must let me be responsible for my mistakes. I hit you and you are still trying to hug me. We hold pinkies. This is the most physical touch that we have right now. What you're seeing, this is the most that you're allowed to see of Kate right now. This is the most physical touch we have right now. We do not have more right now. This is what we have. Because I have broken that trust. She speaks through physical contact. And I not only violated that, but I destroyed the trust that she has in me. She is terrified of me, and she has every right to be, because through her language, I broke our trust. And I know that now. I know that now. And why am I smiling? Because I'm in love, and I finally see just how wrong I was about her, and how wrong I was about myself. Because I was willing to believe somebody else about me. I'm a good man. I'm a decent man. I'm a decent man. And people will call me weird for talking to kids when I hit the live stream on TikTok. They'll say I'm a predator. They'll say anything to deface me. And they'll all be wrong. And I'm going to make some mistakes. And I'm going to have to pay for them. But I am never again going to be judged for the decent things I do as a decent human being. Like keeping my commitment with the woman I love and us working it out together day by day in an extremely rigorous fashion. where we do not hit each other. We do not use harsh words on purpose. We both use them on accident sometimes. We both will be sharp because we're scared and we're trying to figure it out. And yet, day by day, we are growing closer. And I don't know if that looks like that in the long run. I don't know if we're supposed to be together, but I did make a commitment and I keep my commitments. And I will not break my commitment to Kaitlyn. That's it. She's not involved in that. I'm letting you know my truth. I will not break my commitment to Kaitlyn. I promised to love her and to take care of her. I proposed to her. I promised not to be her everything, but to be everything with her. That is a promise I cannot break because that's always been who I am. And now that I finally have my other half, the only thing to do is move forward and love and learn how to love better. Because I am not a psychopath. I'm not. I'm a guy willing to forgive myself for some really bad things because I know that there's a lot more at stake if I don't forgive myself. I totally understand if you don't forgive me. But if I don't forgive myself, I will never get better. And I do need to get better. So I love you all, but I definitely don't know how. I love Katie, and she's the first person I'm going to learn how to love well.